Guys, welcome again to this channel. This is Roti, the legend, aka the Kingpin, the only engineer in Angura. Today I'm in Uganda, place known as Luero. Anyway, where I am, it doesn't matter. The thing that matters the most is what I'm going to show you here. So you better be keen for whoever that has the same tractor as this one here that I'm showcasing today. Today, I just want to show people on how the way you can do the adjustment of the clutch. And if I have ever visited your place and or have changed the handles, then this means you must be knowing what I'm talking about. And also for those ones who haven't changed the handles and they are facing the same challenges of this clutch, whereby you engage the gear. If you hold on to the clutch and then you engage the gear, you hear there is some noise coming from the gearbox that is not giving you peace. You feel like something is loose or something is not engaged properly. There's a very hitching noise that you can get from the gearbox when the engine is running and you are engaging the gears. And sometimes maybe you might be not hearing the noise, but if you immediately you engage the gears, the tractor begins moving without stopping, even if you are holding the clutch. Or maybe it is resisting for you to engage the clutch. We might be having two things: either the oil is not enough in the gearbox, or maybe the oil is enough but the clutch is somehow loose, so you need to tighten it. So this is the way we do. If I've changed your handles, you come here, you release this pin here. So this is where you engage the clutch from. So this is the clutch. For me, I normally use it this way. So you pull this one, then this is the gear for engagement. So if you pull this one and then you engage the gear and you feel like this one is not moving properly, then that means there is a problem in the clutch. You might be, maybe you pull the clutch, you engage the gear, you release the clutch, the tractor doesn't move. You pull it, you engage another gear, you release the clutch, it's not moving. That is not the issue. Let's check on tutorials on how you can do the setting of the clutch. You remove this pin here. This is the cable going towards the pulley, clutch pulley. So if you remove this one here, you'll be remaining with this cable here. This cable, there at the end, there is threads that it seems to be like it's a bolt. So after removing it from there, you bring it outside, and then it will be free. And then there is a nut here. You see, these are two nuts. These ones are for the brake, but there was another one here. So you just loosen this one, and then you see this is a full cable. It is connected here because we changed the handle. Okay, but if you haven't changed the handle, that means it doesn't have this joint of welding. So that means you just have the cable loose. It is not connected there. Then when it's not connected, you can now begin turning the cable round. You turn it round. If you turn it this towards the right, towards the left, it is opening, it is releasing. But if you turn it towards the other side, you are you are now tightening. You are tightening the clutch. So this one will be entering inside there. So if it enters, it gives so much tension to this pulley here. So you might find out that the cable is somehow tight. So you turn it, you count, make sure that when you are turning this cable, if you have disconnected here, turn it round like this, one circle, and then you connect it again, and then you try pulling it, and you see how the weight is performing. If you feel like it is now somehow kind of tight, then you let it be there for a while. Then you crank the engine, and then you come hold the clutch, the same clutch, you engage the gear, and you see how it's performing. If you have tightened it, if you have tightened it too much, you will pull it, and then you engage the gear, and then when you release the clutch, you will see that the tractor is not moving, isn't it? If it's not moving, then that shows you that you have already tightened that cable too much. So you need to do what? You need to disconnect it again, and then you loosen it just like one turn, like the way I told you. If you rotate it this side, you are loosening it. If you are rotating this side, you are tightening. So if you turn it one turn, you return it back, Then you come and do the same thing, confirm if it's performing. If it's not performing, then that means we need to do some other adjustment, whereby we shall be removing this cover here, and then we can find we can see some nuts in there. These ones. So if you loosen these ones, you loosen them with the spanner number 13, you loosen them. Then after loosening, there are 3 of them, there are 3 fingers. So if you have loosened them, all of them, and then you put this one to a point where you see that you have enough room inside there, and also you have enough room for the threads this side, then that means you connect the other side again, and then you make sure that you leave it at the point of engaging, okay. Then you come and then you begin tightening these nuts. This one, you tighten them by hand. You first begin with the inner nut. You tighten the inner nut first, then you will tighten. You make sure you tighten every finger holding the clutch. This one, then there is this one here, then there is the other one down there. So there are 3. Tighten them with your hands. Make sure they are holding to this clutch. Do this clutch bearing, this one. You see that finger, it's holding to this clutch bearing. Make sure it holds on to it very tight. Don't go there if you haven't finished setting here. You might be ending there and then you ruin the disc, while this cable is still have space for adjustment. Finish the adjustment from here first before you get adjusting the inner disc bolts. I hope we have learned something about the adjustment of the clutch. But in the meantime, next time I'm going to show you on how the way we change the discs of the clutch, and then we do the replacement. Always remember, if you want this one here, it is connected to the clutch cable. This one is a brake. So always make sure that this one is here, and then it's there like this. Then these nuts, they come all the way to make sure that they are attached to this. You see now, if I try to shake the bearing, the spring, it's not shaking, and also this one is not shaking. That means it's tightened enough. So if I pull the clutch, it might be engaging also the brake. So there is a point whereby it's written to the other handle, whereby it's written brake, clutch, disengage, clutch, brake. So now for this one, you don't have that one, because this one is for the professionals. You always know when you do it this, you put it at a certain point, you know that you have already engaged the brake over the clutch. So for this one, you don't need to pull it too much. If you pull it too much, you have engaged the brake. But if you just pull it a bit and then you engage the gear, it will not stop. It will just keep on the motion of moving, but it will stop a bit. It will disengage the engine running, the gearbox, and then it will give you a room for you to engage the gears. In the meantime, that is what it is, and that is what I have here to do with the setting or the adjustment of the clutch. Let's meet in another video. Please remember, consider subscribing to that channel. Put a comment down there at the comment section. Share the video. Give many likes as you can. Let's see what will be the next video on this channel. Always remember, this is the place where you get all the information about the working tractors. Rotich the legend, aka the Kingpin Engineer in Angurai. Yeah, man.